stoppage time penalty for him. It moves the Dutch to second place ahead of Greece on goal difference. Both nations will conclude their qualifying campaign in the next round. Greece will face France and Netherlands will face Republic of Ireland and Gibraltar. Let's now welcome in Mario Melchiot, who is keeping his eye on this game. Bit of a sigh of relief there from you, Mario?
Oh, yes. Good to see you guys. And it was a good feeling because I've been on the other side. I know the experience. So the game going and face Ireland now is going to be a whole different show because the last time we went there, I played that game and we didn't make it to the Euro. So making it now, I was very happy. Secondly, because of you knew that the game was going to be difficult. Greece kicked off. You knew that the tactical setup. I played with Poyet. I know what kind of player he was. And now being a coach, I know how he was always trying to outsmart people. And I think the way he started the game, he was trying it again. Try to outsmart the Dutch. In the sense of first I'm going to defend. And on the last 10 minutes, he put in, more attacking forwards. And try to win the game. And okay, the penalty, of course, the penalties helped. And I was happy to see Van Dijk to step up, take the penalty. He was, I think he is the third on the list. And he said the moment came, I took the penalty kick. And it was a good moment because a lot of people talk about this captain. And sometimes you just have to do the job and do the most important things to make sure that to quiet people a little bit around you.
Anything stand out to you from this game, Shaka?
Yeah, first of all, I hold Mario responsible. He owes me 90 minutes of my life back.
Okay.
This game for a neutral was a difficult watch. It really was.
Yeah,
and listen, I understand the Dutch have a lot of injuries, but I don't think I've seen a more underwhelming starting 11 from the Dutch in quite some time. That being said, they had a job to do. They somehow got it done despite not really thrilling to go with. I never criticize anybody for missing a penalty. That's a tough ask to step up there. But Weghorst is not the player. Even with all the injuries and as poor starting lineup as you would see, Wout Weghorst is not the person that jumped out to me as a player to take that opening penalty kick, and you saw what happened, but maybe that was a little bit of justice, as I mentioned during the highlights. And then the game just kind of, it didn't offer an awful lot. They threatened, the Dutch kind of coped with it until the very last minute when, again, I thought the referee did a good job because he gave the penalty, then VAR called him over to the sideline to review. This is just as Van Dijk looked like he's about to take it. The referee reviewed and stayed with his decision. And at the end of maybe a 2 or 3 week period where we've been very critical of refereeing decisions, of VAR decisions, I thought the referee stood his ground in that respect wonderfully well because I thought absolutely it was the right decision. No idea what the VAR was seeing. And then credit to Virgil van Dijk for, despite that lengthy delay, keeping his nerve. He does get the result, but that's about all you can say about this one.
Two moments that made this match unnecessarily stressful for the Netherlands. One is the penalty kick miss, of course, because at that point, if you go 1-0, then you force Greece to get out of that shell, to get out of that defensive posture. I would imagine that would have created enough spaces for the Netherlands to go and get a second and a third in transition. The other moment that I thought was important, aside from the second penalty, and then in this case, Van Dijk puts it away and it ends up being the game-winning goal, is the decision of Ronald Koeman to take the initiative away from the Netherlands and give it to Greece. In the 60th minute, he takes out Xavi Simons, who, look, did he make some bad decisions in the final third? Yeah. Could he have been better? Yeah. But on the balance of those 60 minutes, at least he was getting on the ball. He seemed like the one threatening player that would get in between the lines and be able to turn and go at players and create a little bit of something different. At least that's what I could observe from far away and say, look, if I'm going to give the ball to anybody in the attacking half right now for the Netherlands, let's give it to Xavi Simons and see what he's able to do. The 60th minute, he's taken off the field. And now the posture of the Netherlands became defensive, where they had been in control of the match. If anybody was going to score, it seemed like it was going to be the Netherlands. But when you get defensive and then you forfeit the initiative and you say to Greece, we know you're limited, but come on and attack us. Come after us. That I don't think it made any sort of sense from the perspective of Ronald Koeman. You do that with 5 minutes to go. You don't do that with 30 minutes to go. And Greece, because they had no choice, if you give them space and space and space, they started pushing their lines forward. They're just not good enough. Greece is just not a good team, and they don't have good enough attacking players. And so, therefore, you gave them the space, you created issues for yourself, unnecessary stress, but in the end, you take the win, which is the most important thing here for the Netherlands. You take the 1-0 win, you take the 3 points, but I'm with Shaq. You watch the Netherlands play and you go, well then, I don't care how many injuries they have. They have to get exponentially better, and I mean significantly better, in order for them to be a threat in the Euros. Because right now, this team just doesn't have anything in the attack that you go, yeah, they're inspirational. No, they're not.
Mario?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Look, you know, the game that we normally play in Holland, we always speed up the game and take control of the game. And I totally understand what Ali said. You know, like when you take Xavi off, it becomes a different game. And one thing we have to understand, Xavi is, I mean, he's been a young boy that's been around, right? He's been to key clubs and everything. Comes into the national team, gets 2 starts. The second start, regardless of what people say, the jersey of your country weighs a lot heavier than the one that you have of your club. So when you put that on, your first game he could have played, you understand that he was already up front. And physically, he couldn't maybe end up doing what a so-called number 10 has to do. Break open the game, try to create things. We all know how Xavi plays. You know, Xavi Simons. He create and open things up, and I like him as a player. But today when I watched him, there were moments I felt like maybe physically it was a different game for him. So, and that's why I feel like, look, we're going to Greece. Greece, everybody knows, when you go to Greece, it's never, that stadium rocks. You know, when you come there, you go on the field and people will say to you, yeah, but you're used to it. No. Playing football in Greece is different. The pitch wasn't Dutch standards because we like to keep the ball on the floor and it was a little bit bumpy. Away from that, Greece is no. They don't have the quality, like the guy said, they don't have the quality what the Dutch have. But the other thing, guys, sometimes if you cannot win the ugly ones, you have no right to win the beautiful ones. So this was a game. It wasn't a great game, but you get the 1-0, and sometimes you got to take that bad one too and see. You understand? And because I think the only performance that Holland now has, and sorry to say that, and I understand what the guys, as a team, they have to really step up because the individuals, away from, Frankie de Jong they have, the focus is on the Depay when he gets fit again, and then Van Dijk. And then Ake, of course, he's very important for that side. But away from that, all the ones that come in and are new boys, I just want to make sure they build a good team instead of individuals. Because individuals, they might be struggling to bring like top. They can take the ball and really make the big difference.
Mario, you just mentioned Van Dijk. The fact that it was him who scored that late penalty there, does that take some of the pressure off him that he's been receiving from club and country?
Yeah, because, you know, in the country, people talk about him that he has to take his responsibility. And sometimes when the game doesn't run as much as we want it to run, so for example, like I said, speed up the game, bring the tempo higher, take more charge. That's what people want to see from him. That's the way our football is, guys. Sometimes it's, how will I say? I always say this, you know. Sometimes we have to understand we're not Brazil and we're not Argentina. The way they sometimes, when they play the beautiful football is different. But sometimes in Holland, we try to implement similarities. And sometimes we have to understand that we just have to get our job done before we start looking at playing that kind of football. And Van Dijk is the similarities they demand from him. But I was happy that he took that penalty because that shows you of the mental strength he had. Just what Shaka highlighted. The referee went back to the line and then come back in the field and then give the penalty. That moment, guys, how longer it takes you to kick that penalty, how more pressure comes on the player, not the goalkeeper. The player gets more pressure. And he kept his cool. They asked him after the game in Holland, they said, how did you feel about it? Did you think about the penalty you missed at the World Cup? He said, no, if I thought about that, I probably will miss it again. So he did it.